Edi Cutting, a long stretch of riverside woodland on the banks of the King River that turns into one of the most epic camping spots in northeastern Victoria. Wide open spaces for big groups, crystal clear water flowing straight from the high country, and those massive river guns framing every sunrise. From above, the campground spreads out like a natural amphitheater, perfect for tents, caravans, and gatherings that grow as the day goes on. Wildlife is everywhere, birds weaving through the canopy, and if you're lucky, a platypus surfacing in the quiet bends of the river. And right now, the first cold dip in the King hits like a flashback to those river camps in India. The same shock, the same thrill, the water actually wetting you and not just freeze your coast. This is Edi Cutting. Simple, raw, spacious, and unforgettable. The kind of place where a weekend feels like a real escape. Join us on the Edi Cutting Camping Adventure. The morning feels slow and gentle, a bit hungover. I'm stepping out of the tent, still carrying the weight of the late night arrival. The campground is quiet, almost hiding itself, as if waiting for the sun to rise a little more before revealing what I missed in the dark when I get crashed the camp. It's only my second camp with the Victorian Camping Meetups crew, and there is that easy excitement knowing friends are close by, even though I haven't actually seen this place in daylight yet. The weekend was already beginning before I even reached the camp last night. It was a long run through empty roads and light drizzles, four wombats crossing like they owned the highway, and one deer watching through the trees in the dark of the night. It was quite some experience. It's 11:30 in the night and I'm driving on Melba Highway. I'm alone. There's no one with me at the moment. And I have driven on Marunda Highway, Melba Highway to go to Wangaratta before. But yeah, driving in the night is something else. I have driven quite umpteen times, or rather that has been my preference to drive in the night, because that's the time when you don't have many nuisances on the road. So it's just road and you. But being first time alone in the night driving Australia, I've prepared for it. So what you see here is definitely navigation, but the navigation Android system based tire pressure monitoring system. That's going to take care, because that's the first thing that might fail, and it should give me an early warning. I've got a spare tire, but if the spare tire isn't up to its air pressure and up to its condition, having it as well won't help anyway. So this is 5 sensor TPNMS that will keep me informed if anything is to go wrong. At the moment everything looks good. Fuel filled and an eye on the speed limits, and because I'm talking to you, the music system isn't running any songs, but it's still about 2 hours to the site, to the campsite. So the idea is to put on some music, and yeah, I'm pretty comfortable driving casually. Speed limit is about 100. Sometimes it gets down to 80, but that's pretty much where it's sitting at the moment. So, in about 2 hours, I'll be at the campsite. Let's see. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and see you at the campsite.
All right, so we are at Edi Cutting Campsite. There was a bit of confusion, and I ended up going to the Edi Free Camp area for the tourists at the tourist center, and then did a bit of Google and finally got a place to camp. Yeah, of course, after reaching Edi Cutting Campsite number 2, that's where we are camped.
The camp is opening up slowly in the morning light. The river moves past with that soft, steady rhythm. Clear water sliding over stones, catching glints of sunlight between the river gums. Birds fill the space long before any voices do. Small calls, distant echoes, and the kind of chorus that makes you breathe a little deeper and appreciate the beauty of it. Being there without any specific purpose, yet doing so much without asking. The whole place feels soulful, calm, but alive. The water drifting by, the breeze moving through the trees, shadows shifting quietly across the ground. It's the kind of stillness you don't need to listen to, but just immerse into. And in moments like this, even simple things feel grounding. The warmth of the first brew, the hiss of the mocha pot coming to life, almost matching the rhythm of the river. A slow morning, a quiet campsite, and a landscape that asks you to just pause while the day begins. This is the community campfire from last night. It's reminding me that the organizing crew has been here since Thursday, kind of holding the fort, keeping that huge firewood pile stacked high. Big enough to light up even a winter night, I see. Makes me want to add my bit to it. Feels good to contribute. Let me do that. The theme for this camp is racing. It's time to get the e-bike out because I'm wanting to race on the e-bike. It's bright green gear, matching energy, a little fun to blend into the vibe of the weekend, I reckon. I'm just mid-unload when Stan strolls over with that easy smile. Classic camp moment. 3 blocks, checking each other's rides, trading jokes, and quick laugh. Definitely the plan for the evening that's brewing. But as I set the bike down, something keeps pulling me toward the edges of the camp. The road coming in last night felt remote, winding close to the river, almost too close in the dark. And now I'm curious. Curious about the banks, about the water I couldn't see, and about just how big this gathering actually is across these 2 campsites. It's time to find out. The ride begins. to the end of the ride, already 5 kilometers in, 2 rounds around both the campsites, and more than ready to slow down already. A lunch invite is coming through, and I'm not hesitating. Already halfway saying yes. And we head out to the local iconic pub with Tracy and Chris together. Legs still buzzing from the ride, and stomach even louder. But the afternoon builds quickly. The air gets heavy, heat settling over the campground like a thick blanket. Even in the shade, everything feels warm, still, and sticky. The kind of humidity that makes you feel like the river isn't just nearby, it's actually calling. By the time we're back at the Edi Cutting, the King River looks impossibly inviting. Clear, cool, drifting in that slow summer rhythm. I have pulled out a wetsuit just in case the water bites harder than the air suggests and step in. The first shock is perfect. Cold enough to wake up every muscle, refreshing enough to erase all the heat from the afternoon.
No, no, no. I'm a cat.
Chris and Robin wade in no long after, laughter bouncing off the water, and Stu captures the moment from the bank. The sun, the heat, the river, and the good company. Everything lines up exactly the way a summer camp afternoon should. Bliss. It's evening. The sun is sinking behind the river gums. The whole campground is shifting into something softer. The light turns golden. The drone drifts above the treetops, and Edi Cutting feels like it's holding all of us in one shared breath. People begin gathering, one big, easy crowd of familiar faces and new ones blending in together. A birthday is being celebrated. The rising theme has found its spark. Sweets getting passed around, and the simple joy of being out here, it's settling into everyone. The bonfire rises just as the daylight fades, throwing warm light across smiling faces. Chinese whispers circle through the group. Beers clink. Someone starts playing music, and the night is building its own rhythm. Chatter, laughter, little bursts of dancing, all floating into the dark. There's something grounding about the moments like this, when you are surrounded by people who get why these weekends matter, when strangers turn into mates quicker than you realize, when the energy feels effortless, like it belongs to everyone equally. Soon as the temperature drops and the night stretches on, the last few of us stay. We are here close to the fire, trading stories, sharing quiet laughs, holding on to warmth a little longer. Probably this is the perfect ending, and maybe to the day that felt full in all the right ways. We are blessed with a new day. Looking forward to it. Stay tuned. A brand new morning is settling over Edi Cutting with the same quiet rhythm as the river beside it. The water keeps moving, steady, unboarded, like a reminder that life flows on no matter how late the night has been. The first light touches the flowers near the bank and the colors rise slowly with the sun. It feels so gentle. There's a softness in everything today. People begin packing. Andrew is already leaving. Others sharing quick goodbye before heading off early. The big firewood pile, the one that carried us through the night, gets moved back toward the camp HQ. It's a small routine, but it marks beginning of the end. And before the day shifts too far, I take a moment for myself. I want something to carry home, a souvenir that isn't bought but felt. So I'm going to walk toward the river, camera in hand, hoping to collect a few last glimpses of this place. I think I'm lucky. I just spotted a platypus for a heartbeat, slipping through the still water. But by the time I raise the camera, it's already gone. Or maybe that's the souvenir? The memory of what moment I missed. I guess so. A reminder that not everything is meant to be captured. Some things stay with you just like that. So I keep walking. No music, just the sound of the river moving, the breeze brushing through the gums, the birds calling across the campsite. The camera is wandering with me over the grass, over that water, the shadows, the morning light. These are the pieces I would and I want to take home with me. I'm just getting back to the camp headquarters, and the day has already moved on. A few campers sit around for last chat, and our friends are zipping up trailers and rolling up mats. I'm feeling that small tug, the one that says it doesn't quite feel like going back yet. The camp still has so much of life left in it, even as people drift away. But eventually it's time. I have packed my gear, closed up the trailer, and now it's time to make my way around to say goodbye. One by one, handshake by handshake, wave by wave, and name by name. And there are quite a few to remember. And then, with the river behind me and the road stretching out ahead, I am taking one last look. Edi Cutting stays where it is, calm and unhurried. And I carry the sounds, the lights, laughter, and the moments with me. The camp at Edi Cutting ends for me, but the flow of it stays. See you on the next camp, on the next vlog, and enjoy with you all together. Stay tuned and do watch other videos. Do subscribe and like if you like this video, and definitely go camping. God bless.